Have mercy, come wash away. Oh, no. Mm, no, 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 no. Wait, I have to probably turn on my chats. Yes, it works. Hey, hello, walk queen. That's funny. Too many stars. Sapphire Phoenix. Oh, that's an interesting spelling for sapphire. Sapphire Phoenix. What's up? All good. All good. How are you guys? How is the Thursday night going? Uh, as usual, these walking streams are a way for me to converse with people about different things as well as to burn calories. I happen to take a DEXA scan, which is basically where they measure the body, and they told me that I am about 35 pounds overweight. So I have to be on diet and I have to reduce weight. That's the whole point. How are you guys? How's it going? And honestly, I'm that kind of a person who converses, freely about pretty much everything. So, but yeah, I mean, no tarot cards or religious readings here, if that makes sense. But anything other than that. Hello, Valentina Marines. Johnny Cooper. Hey, how are you guys doing? And what's happening? What messes with your mornings? That kind of a crappy question, to be honest, but I mean, we'll have to do with that question today. before. Can look you in the eye. It's just like an angel. Your skin makes me cry. I float like a feather. Beautiful. I wish I was special. So very special. What the hell? So very hard. I wanna have control. What a perfect body. I want a perfect soul. I want you to know you. And I'm not around. Special. I wish I was special. But I'm not. I'm a queen. I'm a girl. What the hell am I doing with you? I don't love you. Oh, very hard. I wanna have control. Baby, dancing in the stars. Love some love. If anything we think that all Photograph. Did I say right? White? Oh my god. Such a grammatical mistake. Hey Shurigan, what's up? How's it going? Finally, I think I was able to catch you. How's it going for you, sir? How's Thursday night treating you? I'm doing okay. Can't complain. How are you? I'm doing well. Uh, I'm I'm doing well. Yeah, I could say that. Yeah, and obviously, like, uh, there are some concerns here and there, but I'm okay. How's M doing, and how are you doing? Are you still in that pickle that you were talking about, or are you able to scour your way through? Uh, I'm sure you know the context of me walking. So basically, as I've told you, like, I've been told by the doctors that I'm 40 pounds overweight. I'm currently at 170, and apparently I need to be 130 because I'm a short fella, as you know. I'm just 5 feet 4 inches. So the idea is to regularly walk. Now I don't know how much I can keep myself honest here. Yesterday I did walk, but in the morning. So it has been messing with my sleep, suddenly starting walking again after a period of winter break. So what happened was, as soon as I came back from office, I've been sleeping like around 6:30 in the evening, and I'm waking up like 2:30 in the morning. So last 3 days it went by like that. So I was trying to walk in the morning, so I was able to make like 7 to 8,000 steps in walk pad, and then rest I was managing in my office. So, and slowly I was able to sort of adjust my sleep schedule to the normal routine. So yesterday I came home and I slept like 7:30, and I did wake up around 3 o'clock, but then I forced myself to sleep again, and I woke up around 6. So that kind of reset my body. So I think that's probably why you're able to see me, and I should probably start coming on lives maybe an hour before. Like today I started very late, 10 o'clock Eastern, so it was pretty late. She's doing pretty well. She's sleeping. I need a lot less sleep than her. Yeah, you told like 5-6 hours. Haha, but yeah, things are clearing up down here. I'm glad to know that, Shurka. I'm really happy to know that. As they should, uh, law of averages. Days can be difficult, but life, on an average, they should be good. Oh yeah, when sleep gets messed up, it's just horrible. I'm glad you're getting reset. Yeah, I'm glad too. Like, I don't know why it happened. One day, I just spent a lot of time during the daytime fully sleeping, and that made me be awake the entire night, and it kept on juggling between, and I did not really pay a lot of attention because it was the December holidays. I did not have a lot of work, like, but now that the work has started, I've been having some difficulties in terms of being awake, so to speak, during daytime. So I wanted to do a hard reset, so I was able to do that hard reset yesterday. So yesterday I posted my first video. Oh, did you? I have not seen that. with material of consequence in like 5 months, maybe 6 months. Oh, did you? I'm gonna go and check it out as soon as this live ends. That's wonderful. You have a lot to offer, Shurikan, to the world. You may not know that, or you may not even think that is true, but it is true. You know, I had Ami the other day in my live streams, and I also had Anna. She's somebody who I follow. She's a great person. She's a voracious book reader, bookworm. So she was there too, and she's also a falconry expert. Like, she has a falcon and a snake and things like that. She flies falcons on weekends. So yeah. And if I may ask, what is the material of consequence? Is that something is it related to what, if I may ask? Bravo, buddy. Hard race, it can be difficult to manage, but I'm not surprised that I made it happen. Yeah, I know. I mean, we just have to do what needs to be done. So, I guess. Yeah, it was an interesting conversation with Ami and Anna, and I think we touched a lot of philosophical, psychological areas, and I sure definitely missed you. It would have been nice to have your perspectives there. But yeah, I should probably do this very streamlined and consistently, do a live stream, and like the idea is like just to have a crowd of people who can just openly converse and debate and share their intellectual point of views, weird thoughts and whatnot. I don't know if it is a channel or it will grow into anything. I don't really care. For me, this is just a platform which sort of brings people together. So that's kind of what I was thinking about, and definitely I need you to be there, and and when you live stream, I'm gonna be there too. So I know it's just both of us. So I think, okay. Oh, it's a very simple video. A friend of mine was gifted a very, I'm sorry, like since I'm walking, my face constantly goes up and down. That's why I'm struggling to read, nothing else. Oh, it's a very simple video. A friend of mine was gifted a very nice knife for Christmas, and he is interested in learning to use it. So I filmed some more footage of basic exercise for dexterity. Fantastic, Shuriken. That's amazing. Hey, Anna. What's up? You're still awake? Shuriken, this is that bookworm, expert in falcons and snakes that I was talking about. Anna, she goes by Fly on Education. Anna, this is Shuriken, a good friend of ours, a model guy who everyone can follow. There aren't many people who you can point and say that, hey, I want to be like that guy. This is that guy. I'm sorry I missed that live of yours the other night. I would have loved to be on that conversation. Yeah, I would have loved for you to be there too, trying to read until I can sleep. Yes. Yeah, but when you are reading, can you really sleep? Are you not, slipping yourself into different worlds, So, hello, Anna. Hi. Hey, introductions done. Anna, you can check out Shuriken's channel. he does something called Shuriken Jutsu, which is basically a almost endangered or almost lost martial art form with knives. So he throws knives in a way that's very aesthetic, also deadly. So he does that. You can see a lot of videos about knives, and he's also a tea master of tea. He knows not just the history, also brewing techniques, different tea types, tea origins. So yeah, he's kind of probably the premium platinum member of the Weird Club, if I may say. So yeah, that's what I want to, like, all weirdos coming together. That'll be nice. So what are you reading, Anna? Funny, you're talking me up too much. Yeah, I know. Yeah, he's not a good guy at all. Okay, yeah, that balances it out. So what were you reading? And I was just asking. And yeah, I was just about to say, like, I've been on Twitter for a couple of times, and and over the last 2 days, I don't know, for some reason I've been involved in the outside news a little, and it's been a little weird for me. So yeah, a thriller that I'm pretty sure will be a 3-star or less. Okay, I think we got a name for you, another book slayer probably. You just squashed the author's dream of having a New York best publishing book. It's just gone. It's just completely gone out. But I'll try to finish it. Yeah, I mean, at this point for you, I would imagine that finishing a book is more than a pastime. It is more of a commitment. If you start it, you have a moral obligation to the book to finish reading it, Yeah. It usually puts me to sleep, but not tonight. Yeah. There are some nights like that which are kind of weird, I would say. So, Anna, I was saying that, I had to hard reset my body clock because I was sleeping by 6 o'clock, and I was in the evening, and I was waking up by like 2:30 in the mornings, and so I had nothing else to do, and I hopped on, finished like 5,000 to 6,000 steps, 7,000 steps, and then when I got to office, I finished the rest to 10,000. So that's what I was doing for the last 3 days. I don't know why it happened. One day I think probably I spent too much time sleeping on during daytime, and I was awake, and slowly it kind of shifted all the way. So yeah, it's like that. Reading at night can put me to sleep too, but when I'm having a hard time sleeping and I read to try and get to sleep, it never works. Yeah, whenever I want to sleep, whenever, it takes me to those old days, like whenever you have a school trip, the day before the school trip, you are so excited about the school trip, and you never sleep. Like, you're just like, oh my god, tomorrow I'm gonna hang out with my friends, I'm gonna go to a place, I'm gonna get to the school bus or whatever. Yeah, it's fun. Exactly, it's so unpredictable. Yeah, I will DNF them sometimes. DNF? Oh, sometimes. No, I will do that sometimes, I must admit. Yeah. Oh crap, did I mess it? Yeah, that's fine. So, yeah, I mean, so now I have hard reset my body clock. I should probably, get into a thing. I have major sleep issues anyway. Oh, okay. Do you take something like melatonin, Hannah? Like, can't we take like melatonin? Or is it like addictive or not so prescribable for certain people? How does that work? Oh, DNF is did not finish. DINF, you know, as crazy as it sounds, it's actually a great acronym. I do. Oh, you do take melatonin. Okay. Yeah. So, one of the things that I used to do back in the day, not that I used to do, like my parents used to make me, is to have warm milk with a little bit of turmeric. That will put you right to sleep. So, yeah. So that is something that I used to. M and I both still have had a hard time sleeping when we're excited about something the following day, but I think it's good to try and maintain a bit of childlike enthusiasm when possible. Absolutely. You always have to feed your inner child, right? Like, that's the core inner child that we'll have to like protect and make it curious, sometimes naughty. Yeah, absolutely. I have a hard time sleeping when I'm about to travel or when I'm traveling. Like, I don't sleep in flight, I don't sleep in trains, I don't sleep in, and obviously when I drive I can't sleep, so that's there. But I can go without sleeping for 24 hours and I can drive. I have done it before, and while it is dangerous to do, but I've done it. It just doesn't come, and I just need like every 3.5 4 hours I just need a coffee, and I probably need some sparkling water. That's it. To make sure that I'm not overly caffeinated, I have sparkling water as well. That's it. I can go, but not advisable. Not something that is I'm proud of. It's just the way it is. So anyway, just popping in, going to try again. Yeah. Okay. I mean, you can always pop in, and Anna, and what I'm gonna do too is now consistently come on live 9 p.m. ET, maybe 9 to 10 or 9 to 10:30. I need to start scheduling these things, and I need to commit to myself. I have to reset. I mean, I have already reset my body, so now I have to play with the rule. I think like I need to just come in regularly and have a single time. Consistency is something that has always eluded from me, and I really hope that it comes through. Oh, I'm the same. I have a hard time sleeping away from home always, unless I'm in the woods. A tent in the woods always feels like home. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, a tent in the woods. Probably a bonfire somewhere outside. And I mean, when you sleep, you don't have bonfire, so that's there. But still, you know what I'm saying. And a book to read would be really nice. Ideally, I'm asleep by then, but as you can see, not always. Oh yeah, are you asleep by 9 o'clock in the evenings? Okay. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, I have to fix some specific timing for myself. I don't know when, but yeah, I tend to be available. Like, I come back from office by like 6 o'clock, then I have to do dishes. We may have some meal prep for the next day, things like that. Me and him, we split the job. So, but yeah, I'll have to really be consistent at some point, which I don't, but I have to. Oh yeah, fire is such a primal human thing. It's fantastic for modern. Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah, especially when you look into the fire for a long time. Yeah, absolutely it is. So as I was saying, I mean, there are no kids here, so I can definitely say, and honestly, like, I don't ever hope to be monetized or make this as something that I want to do, as a side profession or a side gig to make money. So I don't really care what's being said here or the language, the topic. I don't really care. So what I was trying to say is, like, I was going through Twitter and I was hearing through the news, and I don't know, for the last 2-3 days it's been a little troublesome, like kind of a prick in the mind, if you know what I mean. So, like, especially with all that going on in Minnesota, Minneapolis, and in Chicago, and everywhere. And yeah, I should probably stop doom scrolling. I don't know. The less you know is the better, or should I know and learn enough to, manage what I know, emotionally speaking. So that's something that I've been struggling. So I'll have to see what to do about it. I had a conversation with my boss, um, who is a hardcore right winger. I mean, he's a nice guy, obviously, and he's a right winger, and he's more of a John McCain guy. John McCain, I don't know, Mitt Romney, that kind of a guy. And so he was basically telling me that, even he was disgusted by it, and it's kind of been the conversation in a lot of households around, in and around. So, like, the turn that the country has taken. So I've never been an ignorance is bliss sort of a guy. I have to keep my ear to the ground. Yeah, so do I. I don't know. I think to not know, I feel like is a crime. But yeah, it's been kind of difficult. Knowing what it is, and how people are being pictured, or they're being labeled. The human element is kind of missing. It becomes more of a political agenda. So yeah, I've been having some trouble. It keeps on coming to your mind, that image once you see the video and all. Once you see, it's been, I don't know if it's not because I align to any side of the game, like be it the left or the right. It's just because, I don't know, as a human, I think it's just difficult to see, and I cannot even imagine putting myself in a position of that or surrounding that. Yeah, it's been difficult, I'll be honest. And ignorance cannot be a bliss anymore. Like to quote Denzel Washington, like, if you don't know, you are uninformed, and if you know from general sources, you are potentially misinformed, and if you know from the authorities, you are probably disinformed. So I don't know if that's what he said, but I'm just paraphrasing. But the point is, like, don't know, like, along with events, opinions have been bombarded, so it kind of sways your mind either way. So yeah, but regardless of the politics, regardless of the, like, for somebody who is from the outside, there is this vision of what the United States is, and what it can be, and what it stands for in the world. And those vision, or those high pedestal, if I may say, is sort of shaky. The turn that the world has taken troubling, or more specifically the turn that humanity is taking. Yeah, absolutely. It is definitely troubling. My boss was telling that, in the last 10 years or so, like since 2024, 2025 beginning, it has not been easy for him. Like, the values and ideals that he has had in his mind is not necessarily consistent with what he is seeing around. So yeah, these are very uncertain times, and we are on the precipice right now. In the next 20 years, something big will happen. 20 years? You are that hopeful? I'm thinking of 2 years. Yeah, I mean, 2 years for one and 20 years for another, yeah. Huh. Within the next 20 years, I think 20 years is the outside. Yeah, yeah, I got what you're saying, yeah. 20 years is the outside, 2.5 years inside. Not very big, but at least 3 months worth difficult times ahead, where I think, uh, you know, the great divide shall arise, and probably it is a historical milestone, for better or worse, that signifies a dark spot. So, not wishing for it, not wanting to see it, but I'm just afraid that, you know, that we'll all will have front seat to it, you know. So, yeah. It is difficult. Anyway, I just wanted to let that out to you, and I just wanted to know, like, whether you also felt the same way. I mean, it is not a bad strategy to completely ignore the noise. I know ignorance is not bliss, but if you want to ignore the noise, nothing wrong with it. If it keeps your sanity, and nothing wrong with it. So, I was just thinking to share that. The AI thing is becoming a huge problem really fast. Everything else aside, that on its own will be enough to take us down one way or the other. Yeah, that's definitely there. That's definitely there. I'm But you know what? This is what I think. At least humanity will be together against a common enemy, if it is AI. But I feel like AI won't work that way. AI is smart enough to divide people and have them fight with each other. That's what imperialism has always done. You know, divide and conquer. Agreed. For those who can tune out the noise, I say, go ahead. I just can't do it myself. Yeah, I can't do it either. I've tried. Being agnostic to what's happening around me. I've been trying to be desensitized to all the things that are going on, but for some reason, I'm not able to do it. I don't know. I don't know if that is humanizing ourselves, or it is to some extent even dehumanizing ourselves, because we are not able to do anything about it, right? Like, yeah, the best we can do is to be a little bit of caring and compassionate to each other. So that's that. Well, I'm also thinking I may not be here for a long time if everything, you know, becomes difficult, and if tomorrow, if the administration comes up and says that, hey, we don't want people who look like in a different way in the US, you know, then I'm kaput, so to speak. I'm gonna take a minute. So that will be like the right time for you know for me to sort of say adieu. I don't know when that will come, but that likelihood is still there, I would say. Initially, I will bring about a whole generation that is intellectually impotent, docile, yeah, and with atrophy of the imagination, yeah, atrophy of assertion. Forget imagination, they can't be even assertive. Somebody else will tell them what to do. The stage will be set for the end at that point, even if the AI goes no further. Yeah, yeah, exactly. If it gets to that point, buddy, the end has functionally already come for humanity. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I agree. So, I told you, like, my organization is investing $2 billion over the next 3 years to enable AI that will impact in 30 to 40% reduction in workforce, and that will increase their profit in the short term, but in the long term, if you call up, nobody will be there in customer care. If you send a mail, it will be an AI agent that will respond. So it's that kind of a thing that they're planning, and they say that that's the innovation. But yeah, I don't want to live in an America that doesn't want you here. I stand by that. Oh, that's very noble of you to say, but there is a difference. You are in your motherland, so that is that. No, but you know, honestly speaking, like, there have been some concerns, and I don't know when things will go. And I'm not hyperbole, like, I'm not telling something that's hypothetical. It's currently it's happening, and I'm taking certain measures, but we will see where it is. But there are definitely targeted kind of, I wouldn't say attack, but scrutiny in terms of how you know people are seen, be it their origin, be it their skin color, whatever it is. So it's kind of tricky, but we'll see where that goes. But yeah, I mean, we are prepared, if that makes sense. Like, myself and you know we had a tough time during December around this. There have been some inquiries and things like that, and I don't want to get into details, but we are awaiting some decisions and some sort of action plans, and I don't know how it goes. So it may or may not happen, but the challenge though is, like, you like one feels like, like, I'll be honest with you, like, I make good money, M makes good money. uh, you know uh, we pay our taxes, we spend here, and but even then there is a certain amount of you know uh, alienation or animosity. That's something personally I'm experiencing, and M is experiencing, and coupled with that, this formal thing too that's going on from December second week. um, yeah, it's been a turbulent time actually, so I don't know. So let me just put it this way, like, there was a time, like, there was one weekend last December where you know we were ready to pack our bags, and we were thinking of how to sell our car. Maybe we'll take it to CarMax in a day, and we will close our accounts and we'll finish it off, and come next Monday we will leave. We were in that kind of situation. Yeah, so, but yeah, I mean, things are still in on the way, and like, I wouldn't do anything illegal. That's Like I'm very principled about it. Like always respect the law, always respect the rule of the law. But yeah, uh, so uh, you know, we wouldn't do anything illegal. We wouldn't do anything even that has anything to do illegal. Like we wouldn't even stand 3 feet closer. So that's that. But and I'm honestly like we are not really worried about our employment because we both are like professionals with good experience, and uh, I am competent at what I do, and MS very smart at what she does. So we can probably get employed anywhere. Uh, so we are not worried on that. But what we are worried is more like from a moral standpoint. Like do you wanna be in a place that kind of despite you trying to adapt, and I don't know. That's what I started with. Like like the dream, or you know the vision that we have of a place that's kind of an utopia, so to speak. Like like where opportunities are abundant, and merit and hard work is rewarded, and loyalty is accounted for, and everything, all those things is being reduced to color and accent, if that makes sense. Yeah. Anyway, I'm so sorry, brother. Yeah. I mean that's fine. That's fine. I mean it's something, not just me. Like, uh, you know, uh, it's. I would say it's quite normal. It's happening to me, and when it happens to you, then you really understand, like the turmoil behind it. There is this famous quote that I really like. It's from an Indian novel. Like everything is a everything is a fable until it happens to you. So that's the proverb. So everything is a story, or a distant uh, you know folklore or a fable until it really happens to you. So this was the time it kind of happened to us. But we will see. We will see. I mean, nothing is finalized yet. Nothing is confirmed yet. We are still going through some formal processes, legal processes. So we'll see where that takes us. I can understand your moral conundrum. Absolutely. I just hate that you are being let down like this, betrayed even. No, yeah, it's not about me. As I mentioned, like definitely there will be a short-term issues, and law of averages, right? There will always be a good life. There might be hard days, hard month even, or hard years even, but overall I feel like end of the day we have not sinned enough. If I know you are a devout Christian, so in that language, if I say we have not sinned enough to be punished by God, like we wouldn't sin enough to be punished by God or to be favored by the devil. So I don't think that is a concern of me personally, but it's about an idea that's like it's like a chink in the armor, if you know what I mean to say. Like it's like an idea that's bulletproof, that's protected of liberty and freedom or whatever, but that's being put to stand, put to question. It's a kind of a tricky thing. So, anyway, yes, moral conundrums do exist. I don't know what to do about it. So my point is like let nature takes its course, and I'm not gonna let it affect my mental health or M's mental health. Um, you know, So we are just going on by our daily thing, but yeah, I mean, probably in a week or two, I think we will get to know what's happening and what it's gonna be about. Yeah, so that's that. Yeah, but okay, I think it's fine. In the long run, I don't know who said it. Is it Henry Kissinger or I don't know who told that? Some diplomat said that. Like in the long run, we are all dead, so it doesn't really matter. so, so I think that's fine. Yeah. Okay. Enough self-loathing. I should probably get back to walking. How many steps? 7,930. Yeah, I have some more to go. You guys will always be an asset to whatever entity you attach yourself to. An old friend of mine always used this saying, go where you're celebrated, not just tolerated. But it's horrible that it is come to this. Yeah, I know. It is true. Go where we are celebrated, but yeah, I mean, yeah, we'll have to see. We'll have to see. So coupled with that and coupled with whatever that I'm seeing, and I see like a clear divide, at least not, you know, like the people who you know, they don't have this divide, but for some reason there is this echo chamber. Probably that's probably because I am constantly being on Twitter, and probably I should not. Like it's an echo chamber where, you know, opinions get inflamed and embellished and set on fire. So um yeah, so not the people who I regularly meet and regularly have a conversation with, like, you know, they don't have any problem. At least they don't say that they have a problem, and I don't think they have a problem. They're all nice people, but at the end of the day, you're still made to feel in a certain way, you know. So I don't know if it is being made to feel, or if I am like going on out of my way to make me feel like that. So can I do anything to stop feeling like that? I'm thinking maybe I can quit Twitter. Yeah, but still, I don't know. We'll see. We will definitely see where that goes. So you guys are the kind of people that the world needs more of. Certainly the kind of people that country needs more of. It's disgusting that it's happening. I don't know. I hope everyone has that opinion. It kind of starts a self-doubt, you know, like, okay, what's happening? But yeah, I mean, let's see. Let's see where that goes. So yeah, I just thought, like, I'll be like, I'll keep you honest. Sorry if I vented a lot, or if I, you know, like kind of dumped it all on the live. Probably put you in a position where you have to stick around. I don't know. Sorry for that. But yeah, it's kind of a tricky thing, situation. So yeah, and honestly, like, there are many people who are worried in terms of, like, you know, like the job and their career, and, you know, oh, I cannot make my ends meet if I don't have a paycheck, if I don't work in a certain country and things like that. But we are not. Oh, I need to increase the height of the tripod. 1 second. Okay. This is good. So yeah, so I'm not. I mean, we are not really worried about all that. We are not worried at all about all that. Like, I think we both are academically very qualified, um, and we can always get employed anywhere in the world. I think I would definitely be a good candidate for the job that I'm currently having anywhere in the world. I'm certain of it, with my experience and with the skill set I have. But the point is, how long will I keep on moving, right? Like, the challenge me and M, we both have is, like, we want to make a base. Like, as much as we like traveling, but we want a base. Like, we want a place to go back to. We want something that calls home, like our own home. And these type of situations make it difficult to sort of, yeah. So, if that makes sense. Like, in India too, like, we can go back and we can definitely do a lot of work there. We can have our own home. But I think the problem I have, and the same problem M also has, is like, we have risen in our career to some level where I think whatever that is in India is something that's not yet challenging. Like, we have outgrown that. I don't know, we'll see. You guys will land on your feet. Of that I have no doubt. Thank you. You should be able to call here home, and it's a sin that these things are happening. Yeah, I don't know, like, as much as it is personally impacting me, like, I understand the legality of it, and I think at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Like, collectively, the law of the land should prevail. That's what I believe. So, they are prepared. So, in case if you find me missing for about, a month or two, suddenly out of nowhere, that's the reason. But yeah, don't worry about it, it's fine. I was just talking about it, and it just came as it is. So we'll see where that takes us, and hope you are able to sort of sort out your things too carefully, and you're able to manage. I hope you are getting better. You're feeling better about whatever that you're handling. Yeah. Thank you so much, Hurricane. I appreciate that. Yeah. Yeah, it's worth a lot, I think. Who was that? Chadwick Boseman, who said, like, the prayers of a sage is worth more than the offering of gold and silver by a king. So, of course it's worth a lot. Why not? And thank you so much for that. Yeah. Anyway, I think enough said on that. There is nothing much to be said. Yep, these are grim times. I hope. What happened? It just stopped on its own. Weird. Yeah. Yeah. These are grim times, definitely. Yeah. What about you? Are you able to manage things at your end? I know you mentioned that things are sorting out, but are you able to manage things? I mean, you don't have to get into any of the details, but how are you holding up? The machines are out to drive us mad. Yeah, you talk about AI and the machine stops. Huh? No, I think it's because there is some internal setting where it stops when it works for like, I think 70 minutes or 65 minutes. I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of weird. And I have done 8,700 steps. I wanted to do 15k. I don't know if I will do 15k. I might do only like 10, 11k. I'm holding up. We are holding up. Things will be okay. No worries. Yeah. Yeah. Low of averages, my brother. Low of averages. I hope whatever you're going through, whatever you're holding up, will be fine. And that you have the strength to manage and the mental fortitude to handle. It's not easy. Sometimes we'll be like, oh my god, why it is happening to me. Sometimes it's like, okay, let me solve the problem that is immediate in front of me, then let me solve the next, then the next, just like that. Not really overthink from a long-term standpoint, more like short-term handling. I love averages. Thank you so much for your words, insights. Your kindness, they mean tremendous amount. I thought they were hollow. Do they mean anything? I don't know. But I'm happy that, like, I'm able to say something. I'm able to appreciate what you're going through in the same wavelength, and I'm not being stupid or unruly that I'm not able to sort of see it in the same eyes. Whatever it is. Yeah, I'm happy that. Yeah, I'm happy that I can understand that you're going through an experience, with its gravity. Yeah. Yeah, the insights and kindness that you come out on a daily basis. Yeah, kill them with kindness, right? So kindness is the only shield that we can have at this point in time, and we are in a time where we desperately need to be kind. It's no longer a virtue, it needs to be a trait. So yeah. So the idea is to walk 10,000 steps every day, and I'm making sure that I only eat about 1,400 calories. So, and my daily total energy expenditure DTW is about 1500, so I'm already at a 100 to 100 kilocalorie deficit in uh, you know sedentary position. So, and then adding on to that some walking, around 600-700 calories I'm burning, because I'm walking 10,000 steps in 5% incline at about 2.8 mile per hour, at least that's what it shows here. So that gives me about 700-800 kilocalories burned a day. So ideally in 10 days I should be able to drop like 2 pounds. So in about 150 days I should be able to reach my target of dropping 30 pounds. So if I continue with this, and I'm also doing some strength exercises like push-ups and things like that to get back into my fitness. And I think once the snow melts, I think I'll start my cycling, like 10 miles, 15 miles, or even 20 miles. So that's gonna add to I desperately need to get back to my I mean, if the snow melts or if I'm here anyway, it's true. I have resurrected the old saying from grade school for a reason: practice kindness. If we could all do that, even just a bit, so many societal problems will be solved. Yeah, very true that. True that. I mean, America is known as melting pot, right? Everybody from all over the world comes and they all stay together and they all become one. But I think what America desperately needs is the salad plate of kindness. Like, despite all the folks who are being different and having different opinions and different views about different topics, I think if we are all in a plate of kindness, I could still go by, as a functional single unit, if you think about it. It's not a bad idea. I need to get back in shape myself. I did 180 push-ups a day, every day when I was younger. Those days are gone. My God, 180 push-ups, are you kidding me? Yeah, it'll be great. Like, to have that amount of core strength and stability. And I mean, obviously not 180, but in my good days I could do like not 100, I've never touched 100, maybe 80 push-ups, that too in the sets of like, I don't know, 20 or even 30, 20 like that. Not more than that. I don't know, I've never done more than that, but I'll have to get to that shape and strength, and science is checked out. I just need to make sure that I'm consistent enough. So yeah, I mean, it'll be great if you can keep me accountable too. So that'll be good. Like, genuinely speaking, this is the desperate time where I think health and mental health needs to be maintained, and why not spend some time? That's what I was thinking, And if I am continuing here, I've also promised myself that I'm gonna do a course that's extremely difficult to crack. You might have heard of it. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. CPA. So I'm an Indian CPA already, but I just wanted to take that coveted crown as well. So I'll be able to manage it. I have seen through the syllabus. It's not a big deal. I can manage it. But hey man, good job putting the work in for New Year's. I'm just going to bed, but saw you live and wanted to come say hi. Hey, Jason. Yeah, it's been long. How are you? It's been a while. I hope I am telling the name right, Jason. My God. Okay, it's very nice to see you here. Yeah, I'm sure, it's been late for you and you are hauling your ass all over the farm. So, Justin, why do I keep on saying Jason? Oh my God. Yeah, it's nice to have you here. And yeah, thank you for coming on live. This is my face. So yeah, yeah, it's fine. I'm starting to start live streaming on a daily basis. So whenever you get a chance, I know you're a busy guy, and I'm not even thinking of YouTube as something you know, to see. But yeah, once in a while, it's nice to see. Yeah, good night, Justin. I was training martial arts with a friend of mine who was a national TKD, Taekwondo champion, in his native Bulgaria. In those days, I had to be in great shape to keep up. Yeah, competition brings the best out of you, isn't it? It's not like necessarily that you're competing, but even having a semblance of somebody who is achieving greater potential is a pretty great thing. So, yeah, definitely. I never had that kind of a figure around me. Like my father was always kind of sick, and I don't have any brothers, only my sisters. Although my elder sister is an athlete. I mean, she was an athlete while she was doing athleticism. Now she's a mom. So yeah, and of course that's not an excuse. Like you need to pick yourself up. But I never really pushed myself to the limits where I feel like proud of my body. But I want to do it at some point. I hope this is the time. I'm certain that you will achieve these goals. I can't say why, but I just have 100% confidence in you. Thank you. That means a lot to me. Like really, Shurikan. Like how positive it is to have people who don't give up on you and who kind of trust you and who kind of believe in you. It's nice to see. Justin, I'm Ryan or Shurikan. I like that name also. Haha. Yeah. I don't know. I don't like Ryan. I just like Shurikan. No. So I know he has probably left the chat, but his story is wild. He had a corporate job. He's a Canadian. He had a corporate job in, I think, somewhere in Toronto. He and his wife both were like partying and enjoying life and the city life, young yuppies. He's a devout Catholic, and one day he just got this. I don't know if it's one day or over a period of time, but whatever it is, he kind of gave up everything. They both moved to, I think, some place in Manitoba or some North Ontario somewhere, and he gave up. I mean, I don't think he gave up his corporate job. He still has that job on a remote basis, but he had a lot of kids. He bought himself a big farm, and he has now pigs. He has a horse. He has goats. He has ducks. He has chicken. He has rabbits, and he's homesteading now. Like he has built himself a self-sustainable home where, if I'm not wrong, he generates his own electricity. He has his own sewerage stuff and things like that. And his water, he bought nearby lake. I think he has a nearby lake, and he does the whole fencing, electricity fencing, developing of the cage and everything by himself. He was a hockey player before. I don't know if it is hockey or some other sport, and he has broken his body in several places, but he recovered, and He's still recovering after surgery, but he is doing that, and it's so fulfilling. And he's homeschooling his 4 kids. Uh, so yeah, it's a beautiful story, and the same thing I said, right? Like, until you see, everything else is a fable. And this is something that I was seeing, and I'm like, dude, like, what is the purpose of life? And this guy is transforming his life like this, from high city life and fast moving life to something like this. That is like amazing. Oh, we were competing. Haha, it was the most friendly sort of competition possible, but Vladdy was Vladdy was very competitive. When we went for dinner after training, he would even try to finish it faster than I could. Yeah, friendly competition that brings out the best in you is always the best. So, you know. Yeah, switching gears like that is incredible. Like, you know, uh, that's a leap of faith, like, that he took. Now things are working out. I mean, knock on wood, no jinxing, no evil eye. So, yeah, but it's a great story. Yeah, so back to what I was saying. Like, um, yeah, I probably need to. Actually, Vladdy introduced me to him. Oh, is he? I mean, did he? Wow, that's a union made in taekwondo competitions. That's nice. That's very sweet. Yeah, as I was saying, um, yeah, I just think like I need to get into the best shape. Somehow manage to, get into that health zone. 10,300 steps. Yeah, I think it's not a bad idea. Like, I think it's a good thing. Like 10,300 steps at a 5% incline in 2.8 mile per hour. Yeah, I think it's a reasonable amount of calories spent after a day. Yeah, I'm feeling tired. I should not feel tired. This should be nothing for people, right? Like running 5 miles should be nothing. Like people should, I mean, generally fit people get like, 7 minute a mile or 6 minute a mile. So, uh, and I have like 12 minute a mile, and I need to improve on that. And I think I will initially, once the body just resets and is used to taking strains, and I think I can push it to the limits. The health zone? No, the funny zone. Yeah, still gotta be funny. Still gotta be funny. Still gotta be insightful somehow. So that's that. I think it's I don't know. I think it's about a 700 calories spent with already a 200 calorie deficit, so 900 calorie. Yeah, I think that's not bad. That's not bad at all. I was always terrible at running myself. Yeah, I know. I mean, I think I am terrible at running too, but at least I need to get to like sub 10 or sub 8, level. And obviously, I'm doing some strength trainings, like, little bit of push ups and resistance bands and, you know, like bicep curls and things like that. Yeah, just to make sure that I don't lose a lot of muscle as I'm losing weight. But we'll have to eventually, figure out a way. You can see me, completely sweating. So I was always terrible at math too while we were on this. So that's the thing, like if you think about positive stereotyping and, I mean, quite if I may say racism, like we are kind of good at math. No, we are terrible at math too. It's just because, our primary education is always focused on learning the basic skills of multiplication and like division and like percentages and that mental calculations, and that comes very fast like that. It comes up to like maybe in thousands, like percentages or multiplications and divisions and percentile. I mean, not percentiles, but yeah, I mean that's those type of math. It comes very fast, averages and things like that. But not advanced math, like not like whiz-kid level of math. So uh, yeah, so no, but I think running is a very comprehensive exercise that will help in weight loss and as well as like calf muscle building. And while heavy cardio is not the only exercise to build physique, and that's not my intention. My intention is just to have a balanced like 22 23 BMI with reasonable body shape, not to be obese. Currently I'm at overweight. I'm at 27.1 BMI. You name the kind of month I'm bad at it. Nah. So yeah, I mean, I know people who can actually do permutation combinations and some like logarithmic calculations in the back of their mind. Like they can just think it like this, and their hands go like this, and they're like, yeah, it's that, and they can accurately say, like I know people like. So the education system over there is heavily dependent on tricks and like different type of tools that will enable you to do mental math, and the agility is like very quick, and they are required especially for STEM, like science, technology, engineering and mathematics, like STEM courses. Math is a major thing, and like they can do very quickly, and that's one of the reasons they are also very good programmers. To speak of stereotyping, because programming does not require math, but it requires a lot of logic. You need to be able to logically find the next step and compartmentalize certain aspects. Like you have to divide your goals and you have to put them into like little bit of bins, and you have to develop codes like that and interlink and things like that. So that's one of the reasons why they are good at programming, because that logical mind is sort of instilled through, definitely hardwired. I wouldn't say that it is a genuine thing that people develop by being curious. Maybe the way the math is being taught is also wrong, but that's something that's instilled from a very childhood. With all this math on your side, there is no Shurikan, not at all. Like, I suck at math compared to a lot of people I know. Yes, I can do some hand calculations, and that gives me that edge, especially like like for example, when you're talking to an executive, like as more often that I have to in my job, I talk to people who are like VPs and directors all the time, and when I talk to them, I'm always able to recollect numbers, and I'm able to present them quickly, and I'm able to give like that mental calculation, and that kind of impresses other people. But obviously, like, that does not mean that I'm good or I'm smart. It just means that I can play some tricks. I can play the game. That's all. And I do play the game, definitely. I try to make some conversations in advantage. Like in my trade of an auditor, I need to be able to command some respect, and the uh, like credibility as an auditor, to question people and to evaluate them and to interview them, and they need to be at par, and they need to think that I am their level, and their, but not just me, like any auditor for that matter. Like, that's how you build your credibility and your like trust and mutual understanding, and it turns into a value adding partnership. So I try to maintain that posture. I mean, fake it till you make it, right? So no, but not faking, but like honestly, like like we have to maintain that level of intuitiveness and business thinking in our profession. So yeah. Yep, the education process which proceeds from societal conventions that counts so much. Yes, definitely yes. um, I don't like the fact that a lot of Indian education is about cramming and without knowing the practicality of, um, you know, the, like for example, if, I mean, I don't know if it is taught in American education system, but like for example, your Pythagorean theorem, right? Like Pythagorean theorem, um, it is taught in India. Yes, the teacher will maybe give a brief overview, like the proof of the theorem, like how the theorem comes to place, like why the theorem is like like defensive, what do you call it, like indisputable. um, but people don't really pay attention to it, nor the exams actually test that proof. They only test the knowledge of the theorem, and that's, I think, one reason takes away the curiosity and the intuitiveness out of people from my part of the world. They're very good at applying certain principles and theorems what they've learned, but I don't know how good they are in terms of uh, you know uh, like finding out the root cause and logic. Now I'm not telling that all of us are like that, like some are very good at. But one thing I really like about Western education, at least from what I've heard of it, is that they teach you to ask why versus simply teaching and having things cramped, if that makes sense. Oh, if you were auditing me, I would find you tremendously. Oh no, no, I'm a very sweet guy. Everybody loves me. I always have 100% CSAT scores, customer satisfaction scores. I'm just kidding. Like, yeah, I mean, yeah, sometimes I don't. Yeah, yeah, it's fun. That's a big thing for me. I have to know why, not just what or how. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Otherwise, it's an itch. Like, yeah, I mean, what am I going to do with that information? Like, I know that the area divided by radius is always 3.14, but why it is 3.14 or whatever, right? As a pi. That proof is something that we'll have to know, like asking that why and asking, like figuring out and knowing in and out. And that's something that we constantly use in our profession as well. Like, if you don't know the process, you cannot audit. If you don't know the math, you cannot audit. If you don't know the law, you cannot audit. So first we go and learn what they do, and we try to grasp and grab and try to get everything from them, and then we think that from a fraud investigation or risk analysis angle. That's what we do, if that makes sense. It's 11:52 for me, so for you, I guess. um, I think I'll take leave now. I have to go and do the dishes. I still have dishes that I need to get things done, and then I'll take a shower, and then probably I'll go and sleep. I need to wake up by 7 o'clock at least tomorrow, if not 6:30, 6 o'clock. Do a little bit of meal prep. Tomorrow is a light day. I have a couple of calls, and then I have to learn something. So I can see you settling into something serious and channeling all your intensity on one direction. The level of intention is always celebrating on one level or the other. Oh, thank you. I mean, I don't know if I'm that much, but um, yeah. I think, I think for all of us, I feel like you know, um, we have to make up with hard work and determination what we don't have in skill and talent. So I think that has always been the motto, like we have to make up with discipline, hard work and determination. So even to be on the same game, like even to be on the same ballpark with legends, martial artists, those who practice shuriken jitsu, you know. Sounds like a plan, but you take care, do those dishes, and have a good shower and sleep. You too, Shuriken. Thank you so much for hanging around. I'll try to be more consistent. I'll try to come on live, and sometimes I'll try to pull in, Amy if she's up for it, for a shared stream. And I would really love to have you around as well. It'll be fun, to have a conversation and Not now, not today, not tomorrow, but eventually at some point, I guess. And it'll be fun, to have those conversations. And yeah, yeah. I'm very happy to sort of talk through somebody of, I wouldn't say the same wavelength. You're definitely at a better wavelength than I am. More calm towards the mind than I am. So yeah, I'm happy that you're around. Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. We'll talk soon.